What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new video. Now today you join me out in Hyde Park Corner for another car review. Now as you may see behind me, we have a Honda Civic Type R. Now this is the FK2 generation, and yeah, we're going to be seeing what this car is all about. Now big thanks to the owner for bringing the car out here for me to review. Do check out his Instagram, which is on screen right now. He does post some cool content with this car, and yeah, just to say thank you, check out his Instagram. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the Honda Civic Type R. Now what is this car? Well, it is a hot hatch, to put it in simple form. But yeah, this car rivals stuff like the VW Golf GTI. You can also throw in the R in there, the Ford Focus RS, which is currently discontinued, and yeah, a few other vehicles in that segment. Now, like I've already mentioned, this is the FK2 generation. Technically, it is the third generation out of 5. The reason why I'm saying technically is because there's also been other generations that were only made for the Japanese and US market. So yeah, technically there's about 6 generations of these, while also at the same time there's about 5. It's a bit mixed up, but yeah, mainly there's about 5. So yeah, I think let's kickstart the video with the looks, because that's the most insane thing about this thing. It is literally out there, it is wild, it is crazy. So yeah, you have all these openings down here for the vents and cooling. There are some sharp edges like you see down there with the bumper and so on. Glass black wheels, which look absolutely cool, and they are totally massive. So you find a set of Brembo brakes right there for some great stopping power and so on. And yeah, the body is very wide, it's very mean, and it's just insane. Oh, while being on the wheels, there is a very clever mechanical diff up here to manage the power between the two wheels because this is of course front wheel drive. Coming around to the rear, you have stuff like this fin right here, which is, yeah, this car is just insane. And out in the back, the party piece is of course the rear wing, and it's just, yeah, it's massive, it's out there, it's in your face, it looks absolutely insane. Technically it is a double wing setup. There's this ducktail right here and the main spoiler, which looks insane. I like how there's a Type R badge right here. It looks really, really cool. Down here you have a rear diffuser and a set of quad tail pipes for that menacing look, which is pretty much it with the exterior. So now if we jump inside, the madness doesn't end, it continues within the interior. For one, you have these insane bucket seats. These are collaboration between Honda and Recaro. Recaro is literally, yeah, a game changer when it comes to the bucket seat game. So the seats say Type R right there. They are fully Alcantara to grip you properly, and you will notice there is a lot of red flashes in here to start with, red seat belts. The seats, again, like I said, they are pretty much all red. Yeah, you'll also notice some red flashes on the steering wheel, some red flashes right there on the dashboard, and so on. You have this very lovely shifter, an aluminium shift knob, and it feels really great in the hand. And if you check how the armrest is and where the gear lever is, it makes for, yeah, a perfect use type of situation. Like, it just, yeah, you get really comfortable and you can really drive this car yeah, to the best of your position, literally. But yeah, I think right now let's actually take this thing for a drive. So guys, you join me inside the Honda Civic Type R FK2 and we're just gonna go for a quick blast. Been driving the car for about 2 to 3 minutes for now, just to have a feel of what it's like to drive. And honestly, yeah, it's very civilized inside here. Like, you can literally lay back, chill out, and yeah, maybe daily drive it, I guess. But yeah, one thing to note, the first thing I noted with jumping inside this car, I remember I drive a Suzuki Swift on a daily basis, and that has a really soft clutch. So jumping into this, the clutch feels, yeah, very heavy. So the reason might be the clutch on the Swift is very soft, or it could be that this clutch is actually heavy. Not too heavy though. But yeah, it's very nice in here. You can sit really comfortably. The seats are very nice, they're very tight and also comfortable. So yeah, it's a nice place to be. Not really the best interior quality. I don't think this car is all about that. It's more about, yeah, driving. So this is the purist car. So this car has an Venturi intake, and you can hear like the car sucking in all the air, which is really insane. Okay, so the engine. This car has a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder motor. It pushes about 306 horsepower. That's about 225 kilowatts roughly, and about 400 newton meters of torque. So it's mated to a 6-speed manual, which is absolutely lovely. And yeah, like I said, this is the purist car. This is the car that you choose if you want to track your hot hatch, if you want to have the best handling in a sense. And also rivals and stuff like the Golf GTR, like I said, Ford Focus RS, which is discontinued. You can also throw in a Golf R in there, but this is well known for its handling, for its feel, being very raw, and just having the best yeah, driving experience, I guess you could say. Yeah, remember we are out driving in Joburg, and there is so much that you can do in here. It's just traffic light to traffic light driving, no corners or twists. But I think after this next traffic light, we can actually have a feel for the acceleration. Oh, by the way, speaking of acceleration, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, Honda codes 5.7 seconds, which is really quick for a front wheel drive. Since we're currently stopped at a traffic light, I guess this would be a chance to chat a bit about the suspension and stuff, because it does have a very complex and clever suspension system, which is part of the reason why it handles very well. Now, to help me with that, the owner's sitting right next to me. Even though you're not seeing his face, he'll, yeah, chat me through what suspension this car has.
Cool. So the FK2 has a rear torsion beam suspension, whereas all the newer models like the FK8 have fully independent rear suspension. So that does make the ride a little bit rougher. However, in the front, the geometry on the suspension is very clever. So you get no torque steer when you're accelerating, and it also has a limited slip diff. So coming into a corner, you can really power through it and feel the grip as you go through.
So he literally said it as best as I could have ever said it. But yeah. Oh, gee, this car is just, yeah, it's just it's really a joy to drive. And like I said, that intake makes it way better. One criticism about this car could be the exhaust, is that it doesn't necessarily sound as wild as the car looks, but honestly in person it's really not bad. Things don't necessarily come across as good or as clear as they are on camera as they do in person and stuff. So yeah, in person it's really, yeah, it's, well, at least I'm enjoying the sound. Yeah, it's just horrible where we're driving and stuff. Yeah, I might, okay, I'll try one acceleration now. Yeah, you get all the whooshes and yeah, the whistles and so on, which is really insane. I'll try second gear. Yeah, the brakes feel very, very solid. One thing about the pedals, I think they might be a bit too small, or maybe my shoes are too big, I don't know, but yeah, I'm having to, yeah, carefully check if I've stepped on the pedals really well. But yeah, the car itself is really easy to drive, honestly. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to driving, this is outright the benchmark. I think it literally obliterates pretty much all the rivals. Even with the latest generation, it's up there as the best driving in its class. And same applies to this generation. And one thing about this generation is that it was first introduced in 2015, and in today's time, in 2023, it's still very much worth it. Like, the power is, ooh, it also pops, which is really insane. The power is really adequate for today's time. What I like is that, okay, actually a reference, Kawa recently did a drag race where they drag raced all generations of the Honda Civic Type R, and for a couple of the races this was actually on top when it comes to the drag races, which goes to show you that, yeah, the performance is still up there. Imagine, it was faster than the latest generation, which is I mean, that's insane. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something which is very focused, which is really enjoyable to drive, which you can also take on track, this is the way to go. When it comes to interior quality and stuff, it's not going to be the best compared to stuff like VW when it comes to tech, infotainment system and so on, but those have nothing on this car when it comes to driving. So for now, I'm gonna try to go back around and I'll record myself driving a bit so you guys can hear the sound. Basically, I'm just gonna shut up and drive. But we're really driving in traffic and it's just horrible. Which is crazy because today is a Sunday, but have to make do with what you got.